Hello fight fans, thanks for joining us at MMA Insider. Before we get rolling with today's news, show some love by hitting that like button and subscribing. Now let's uncover the latest happenings in MMA. Starting off, Dana White reveals his most vulnerable moment in the UFC. Moving on, Daniel Cormier unsure Jon Jones gets rumored $30 million payday to fight Tom Aspinall. Lastly, Islam Makhachev admits Michael Chandler's quick UFC title shot frustrated him. UFC President Dana White has revealed when he felt the most vulnerable during his many years with the promotion. As we know, Dana White has played a huge role in the success of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. For the last few decades, he has served as the face of the company. Whether things go right or they go wrong, he is there to talk about it and lay it all out on the table. Of course, it hasn't always been easy. While the UFC is currently flourishing in ways many couldn't have imagined, it definitely wasn't that way from the start. They had to face constant obstacles along the way, and White has been there for the majority of those moments. In a recent interview, White was asked about the most vulnerable moment he's had in this role. "I don't know if I ever felt vulnerable, but I always felt like we had momentum and traction. Was the timing right? That was the question for this thing. If I had to think of an era or period where we were in trouble, it was before The Ultimate Fighter. We were $40 million in the hole." Dana White has done a phenomenal job, and there's no denying that The Ultimate Fighter was a huge turning point. If that fell short, who knows where mixed martial arts would be today. UFC Hall of Famer Daniel Cormier isn't so sure that Jon Jones gets $30 million to fight Tom Aspinall. UFC CEO Dana White has guaranteed fans that he will book the heavyweight title unification bout this year. Jones has publicly said that he wants a significant payday in order to accept a fight with the interim UFC heavyweight title holder. A rumored asking price that longtime UFC color commentator Joe Rogan has heard is $30 million. Cormier doesn't know if Bones will get that number, but he won't rule out a figure that comes close. In a new video posted on his YouTube channel, Daniel Cormier discussed Jon Jones's supposed $30 million request. Cormier explained why he feels that number is more realistic for someone like Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor comes back to fight and goes, "I want $30 million to fight," the UFC considers it. Why? Because when Conor McGregor was scheduled to fight at International Fight Week, the gate was $22 million. Sustainable business, you've got to be able to sustain your business if you're going to be paying those types of numbers. Conor makes $22 million at the gate, Conor has sponsorships, Conor definitely sells $1.5 million, 2 million pay-per-views. You can almost understand Conor McGregor saying, "Give me $30 million," and why it might happen. I'm not sure he gets to 30, but if you ask for 30 and you get 20 or you get 15, that's a win for Jon Jones on his way out. Jones is undoubtedly a future UFC Hall of Famer. He dominated the light heavyweight division for years and currently reigns as the heavyweight champion. While Jones can walk away from the sport of MMA today with his legacy intact, the Aspinall fight is the clear direction for clarity at heavyweight. Islam Makhachev took umbrage with Michael Chandler's quick rise in the UFC. Upon signing with the UFC, former Bellator champion Chandler needed just one win to earn a shot at the vacant lightweight title. After knocking out Dan Hooker in January 2021, Chandler fought Charles Oliveira 4 months later for the belt, but fell short in a knockout loss at UFC 262. Unlike Chandler, 23-9 MMA, 2-4 UFC, current UFC lightweight champion Makhachev, 26-1 MMA, 15-1 UFC, had to win 10 consecutive fights before getting his first title opportunity. It's so hard, Big Way. 10-fight win streak. That's why before the belt, I told everybody now I think I have the key for the title shot. I did everything I could, just give me the title shot. Makhachev acknowledges that marketability may have played a factor in his longer road to gold. Watching Chandler get his title shot so quickly bothered him. Maybe before I didn't speak English, I don't promote. I have all my life problems to fight with some top fighter. Nobody want to fight, I don't know, it was so hard. For Khabib Nurmagomedov also, we don't have some easy way. Somebody can jump from like Michael Chandler, he jumped from Bellator, one fight, he beat Dan Hooker, fight for the title. For me, it's not working. Like, okay, of course, it makes me upset, you know, when somebody jump and fight for the belt before me. I had a long way, I fought like how many years, but somebody come and beat one guy who was not like top. The long wait paid off for Makhachev, who's now the UFC's #1. 1 pound-for-pound fighter, he will look to notch a UFC lightweight record 4 title defenses when he runs things back with Arman Tsarukyan in the UFC 311 headliner January 18th. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video. Your dedication and support fuel our passion to bring you the latest and greatest in the MMA world. If you enjoyed today's news, please give us a thumbs up and share it with fellow MMA fans. Remember to subscribe to stay in the loop with daily MMA updates. We've got a lot of exciting news, interviews, and analysis coming your way every single day. Your engagement helps us grow and serve the MMA community even better. Once again, thank you for being an integral part of our daily MMA journey.